Hi everyone, I have finished this little book by Hanna Karlzon, and this is one of her children's colouring books. She has a couple in English, Party in Space. I finished the space one already, and Colouring Heaven have actually released one which has some of her images from some of her other children's books in, as well as one of their pocket editions, which I don't have. But I finished this one, so I thought I would do a little flip through showing you what I've done. I have tried to note down the pencils that I used for each page, because I know people tend to be quite interested in that, and there's a few missing, but I've done my best. So this very small title page, obviously we've only got a few candies here, those were done with polychromos. And then this cake was done with Derwent. Now in Derwent sets, I mainly had light fast when I did this, and the pinks aren't very bright. That's because pink is really not at all light fast, as I learned in Sarah Renee Clark's recent video about light fastness of pencils. Although this pink here is not a light fast one from the light fast set. I'm just going to change the setting on my camera, on my lamp I mean. I wasn't liking what it was doing. Next, this one, I don't know what pencils I used. I was having a look at it, trying to work out that red. I really don't know. Maybe it's some Prismacolor, but I'm not really sure. However, this one was done with Prismacolor. I did note that down. I actually used some tutorials from a book by Jennifer Zimmerman, Secrets of Colouring or something like that, and for the lollies. I really love those her tutorials. They take a long time to do, but they are really worth it, I think. Also for the gold, I used one of hers as well. This double page was done also with Prismacolor. I find Prismas easier for skin tones just because that's how I learned them, and so if I have skin tones I tend to grab my Prismas, but there are some in here that don't, so you'll see. And now we have a whole page of candies, and I did that one again with Prisma. Used a lot of Prisma in this book, I think also because I didn't have many pastel tones. Prismas have a few, which are quite good for candies, although these are quite bright, aren't they? Now here, this cat with all his cakes. Now I used Brut Funa Macaron for these. I think I was just trying them out, and I felt pastel colours could do quite well, but the cat probably doesn't stand out that much. Because his grey is quite muted. I don't think there is a grey in the macaron. I don't know whether I grabbed that from somewhere else and cheated. Who knows? This bird, though, much brighter. He was done with polychromos. Looks like I used a silver pencil on the edge there. Now this girl and the cat, they were done with Prismacolor, again because of the skin tone. She's got big hair. I'd love to have big hair like that. Mine just won't grow. And then this cake was also done with Prismacolor. I'm not sure that those pinks all work together, especially with the strawberries. I remember thinking that when I did it as well. Now here we have our band, and they are done with the Shapira Farben pencils, and there's a bit of soft pastel in the background on that one as well. A little dog is done with Pablo's, and these mice were done with Prismacolor, and I started this one in the dark purple, and I sort of haven't really used the dark purple very much, and I was so wowed by the colour I just did them all the same because I really liked it. And we have our rabbit blowing out his birthday candles. He's done in Pablo. I'm not sure what I did these ducks with. They were one of the first pictures that I did in the book, and I'm not sure what I used. There's some glitter pen on there around the hat, parts of the hat and things like that, but I just can't remember what I used. This girl is done with Prismacolor, and our little, I thought it was a hedgehog, but looking at his cute little face, I'm wondering if it's a porcupine, polychromos. And then we have a double page of cakes, and the left hand side I did with Pablo pencils, and the right hand side I did with Castle Arts pencils. I just mixed it up a bit. And then our rabbit is done with Castle Arts. This cake slice was done with Pablo. And this one here with the balloons, that was done with Holbein. Now the donut one was done with Pastel Tint and Harmonious pencils. I was trying out my different sets together because I feel the Pastel Tint on their own don't always work, so I could put in some shadows and things with the Harmonious. It was quite interesting, quite a fun one to do. This one was done with Holbeins. Used quite a lot of metallic pencil on the stars and the hearts and the background and things. They don't really catch the light that well. Our lemonade drinking mice was done with Castle Arts, but our owl was done with Prisma. I think the Prismas are coming up quite well on this paper. I find this paper a little bit smooth, and so it's quite hard to get a nice finish sometimes. This one here was also done with Prisma, but this one I just finished this one with Staedtler Design Journey. They went down fairly well, but I had to be a bit patient, build up some layers, things like that. These jars were done in Pablo, and this girl, which I was really pleased with, I liked how she came out. She was done with Prisma. I think I spent a little bit more time on her. I'm trying to get her face looking just so. This tortoise I really enjoyed doing. Turtle tortoise, not sure. I did him with Faber-Castell Classic. Took a few layers because they're not such a vibrant pencil. This one here was done with Polychromos. This double page Castle Arts. And then last of all, we have this gumball machine, Berry and Bright and Cheerful. That was done with Arteza Premium pencils. So quite a short book, but nice to finish. I always enjoy finishing a book in a way. It's always quite sad, you know, that I can't colour it anymore because it's done. But on the other hand, the satisfaction of finishing is rather good. So there we go. That is that one. So thank you for watching the video. I hope that was interesting, inspiring. I'm hoping to get quite a few more books finished before the end of the year. My plan is one a month. I've already planned out which ones. I'm working through them, so we'll see what happens. I have a bit of a method, so it's working really well at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. Like last year I decided to just try and do things from a variety of different books, and this year I taken a different view and thought I'd just try and finish some books, and I find that one a little bit better. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.